Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Logistics Shakti Podcast series. I'm Dr. Paniraj Murthy. In the logistics industry, the product is called as a delivery. Precisely, it's a delivery. So, delivery is made out of the human resources. In another way, I can say about it, HR department is the most important, the most, we can say about the most important department in the industry is about it. Being in a supportive for my SR industry, HR is the challenges which is coming is in a manpower. The staffing to the industry is very difficult. Today, I have Miss Simy with me. So she is heading the Million Minds, and she has gotten a carrying out of a number of years of experience in the staffing and recruitment part of it. Simy, madam, welcome to the Logistics
My
Shakti
pleasure.
podcast. Just we wanted to know from your side, what are the challenges you encountered in hiring the manpowers, including the skilled and the unskilled, and how from where you source, and what are the criterias you listed out to source the candidates?
Okay. If you talk about challenges, generally what happens in organization, the main challenges what the organization face is like hiring or the compliances, the legal issues, the payroll, and the timely salary payout. So if you talk about hiring problems, it happens like the organization don't get the right candidate or the skill candidate in a right salary package. And besides that, what happens? The retention of the candidate is very, very important. The candidate's attrition is very high in this organization. And if you talk about manufacturing unit or logistics unit, the kind of companies that we are working for right now, these kind of companies have high attrition, very, very high attrition, because the right skill set for this organization is very, very important.
How do you counter the attritions? Because you're sourcing the candidates, might be you're sourcing in 100, 10 or 12 might be go out in a month's time. So how do you manage this? What are the reasons for it? To overcome all this, what are the, what is your suggestions to an organization?
Okay. The main key skills over here, what matters for the candidates, we do like candidatures, pre-payroll verification, then post-payroll verification, then compliances need to be on time and salary need to be paid on time, because generally what happens, these kind of candidates leave the organization once they don't get their right salary on time actually. So pre-payroll and post-payroll verification is very, very important, because the candidates leave these organizations in in the difference of 500 rupees. Or if they get their salary a day late or 2 days late, they generally leave their organizations actually.
So you mean to say on-time salary is the most critical point
Yes.
to
That
reduce the
address the
attrition.
issues. Yes, 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 yes.
So the how does the AI affects on your staffing point of it? What we understand in the warehousing, the AI has come, kind of a labeling point of it. You take it, picking and packing kind of it. So that would go on the location management part of it. So these are the AI comes into the system. So is that affects your?
No, not at all. That actually supports the organization, and they supports us also. Because if you talk about AI, it really helps us in hiring as well. Because the kind of hiring what we do through AI or through social media campaign, we get quick results and appropriate results. Rather than hunting, they look for us that we should hire them. So we get right candidate with the right skill set for the organization.
You are representing in a Million Minds. Please tell something about the Million Minds when it was started, and which are the locations you are having, and what kind of roles you offers.
It's a 17-year-old company. We passed like 16 now, and 17-year-old company. And this been started with my husband. The baby brain was my husband, like, and we are doing logistics hiring. That is, and we are working for manufacturing unit, retails as well, and 80% but we are working for the logistics sector in this.
So you this job, if that young minds who's coming out of the colleges and they're looking for a job in a logistics industry. So what kind of the a skill set you looking from them?
If you talk about colleges, they kind of candidates look for the job where they can feel comfortable, and they want job for 3 months or 6 month kind of period. They are not looking for long tenure actually, because what's their mindset is like, once they're going to go for job, they will go for some kind of uh, pocket money, and then they generally leave the organization. So we ensure that during these jobs we train them for the like future. We show them their path. We show them how they can take growth in the organization. So that really helps out in retention of these candidates. Like,
Which is your biggest sourcing territory? Is it rural or urban?
it's both.
It's a both.
It's both.
So if you want me to percentage wise, which is comes more, the rural or urban?
Urban comes more.
Urban comes more.
Urban comes more.
So you mean to say rural people are still not aware about the logistics and the job opportunities and the career of logistics point of it?
They are aware of these kind of things. The main is like they don't want to work specifically for logistics, because
Why?
the right information, the right knowledge is not with them.
Why is it so? Why rural people, student, young minds not so keen to join the logistics industry? Because the logistics industry is the one industry it admits every kind of employees. So if you are a college passed out, a dropout, it's a 10th pass, fail to the IIT, so kind of people get a job in this industry. But why these rural peoples are so adamant, or you can say about it, to join this industry? Any specific reason you noticed?
That's what, like, the right knowledge is not with them. So that's what we have team of migrant manpower who go in villages. They give them the picture of the logistics sector, what kind of earning they can have, what kind of growth they can have, and with that thing we can hire in bulk and place them in the organization.
So you mean to say you are offering in a career opportunity knowledges, you're sharing
Yes.
that knowledge to the
Yes.
rural people
Yes.
to attract them more.
Yes.
So fine, good. So what are the challenges you encounter while appointing this urban kind of people? Because the new generation, the Gen Z, so their expectation something different than that. What is that logistics industry can offer to them? Right? To be very precisely, I may not be able to make up this statement, but still, so it is my own opinion. It is most of the Gen Zs are look for a two lunch and one punch. Okay, not everyone, but most of the people. So, is it logistics industry cannot offer this kind of the luxuries of? So, how does you treat this kind of people in your?
This is tough question. Gen Z itself defines a lot actually, and you have given yourself a definition for the Gen Z. So actually, this is very tough to make them stable. And so few of them actually who retain in the system, they do very well. Yes. So out of 100, 80% attrition is there. 20% who stays there, they really going to get a good life and they get a good growth rather in the organization.
What is your note to the logistics industry, saying that this all the the criterias, if you fulfill, your attritions will be can control come under control. What they have to change themselves?
Okay. If you talk about what logistics sector should change, like for retention of their manpower, is like right work for the right candidate. Generally, what happens whenever these kind of people come for their new joinings, like the new joiners, they are given everything on plate. Like, you have to do loading, unloading also, you have to do picking, packing also, you have to do scanning also. So what the graduate is doing, that is done by the like person who is 10th pass. So in logistics sectors, it should be defined that a person who is graduate should not do loading, unloading, because they're educated people.
Qualification wise
Qualification
package
matters, the kind of experience matters, because graduate peoples are actually educated people. They don't want to go for loading and loading kind of job. So if you define these kind of things, that these kind of categories will do loading and loading, and these kind of these kind of category will do picking, packing, or scanning, or supervisory work, the retention could be there.
I will reframe your statement: right person, right role.
Right person, right role,
Right
the
role.
right skill mindset.
Right skills.
Right.
Very good. Madam, thank you very much for being part of this Logistics Shakti podcast series. I hope industry takes your suggestions. I do also been put across my remarks to the industry. We should keep them happy. So the leadership matters, not anything else.
Right.
So hopefully industries, has been coming up with a kind of changes in terms of human resource behaviors kind of it. Hopefully we'll do some better.
Yes, definitely. If you're going to understand them, they will definitely going to do wonders, and we can control attrition. For
Okay.
sure.
Thank you very much for coming
Thank
for
you.
us.
My pleasure.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.